This is way too hot and itchy. Seriously, how does Jack Sparrow wear this without his makeup running? Seriously, I mean, the Caribbean's hot and humid. How do you expect to wear all of this as a pirate and still manage to pillage and plunder your Weasley back heart out? Especially since most of them are British. It just makes no sense. I swear, I don't want this channel to become just about pirate games. It's not. It's about the best board games and card games that me and my crew play out here in Zimbabwe, but I like pirates, alright? I've got a costume for a pirate, for crying out loud. So a pirate game, it's the kind of thing that attracts my attention. Theming isn't vital to a game, but if you put a pirate on the cover, you can guarantee I'm going to give it at least a second glance. And that's ultimately what happened with Loot. I was flicking through Sushi Go's little manual, and it had some other suggested games made by Gamewright, and we saw pirates, Loot. Maybe it should be good, right? The price was good, the theme looked good. It's a small little tin which is nice and easy for us to ship out to Zimbabwe. Winner, winner, chicken dinner on all fronts, and I'm so glad I did. And yeah, there's probably going to be a top 5 pirate board games and card games video or something, isn't there? Ahoy there, folks! I'm Captain Benzie, and today I want to introduce you all to Loot, a plundering pirate card game for 2 to 5 players, designed by Rhinonesia and published by Gamewright Games. In Loot, every player is a pirate lord looking to plunder the most gold they can, and at the end of the game, the bold buccaneer with the most booty wins. As quick as Loot is to play, it's even quicker to teach. To set up, shuffle the deck, deal 6 cards to each player, and place the remaining deck in the centre. Your hand will contain a variety of merchant ships, shown by the gold in the corner, some pirates of different colours and strengths, along with some special characters if you're really lucky. We'll talk about those more later. During your turn, you have a single simple decision. Do you draw a card, or do you play a card? If you draw a card, your turn ends, and then play continues to the next player. But if you choose to play a card, well, you have options. First of all, the merchant ships. If you play a merchant ship to the table, and it's still there, untouched at the start of your next turn, then it's successfully sailed home laden with doubloons, and you score it and all of that gold. But that's hardly ever going to happen. You see, the purpose of the pirate cards is to sail out and claim the merchant ships. If there's a merchant ship on the table when it's your turn, you might choose instead to send one of your pirate ships to go and plunder it, placing your pirate ship next to the merchant ship. At the start of your next turn, if you have the most pirate symbols next to that merchant ship, you plunder it and score the gold. Yarr! But you're not the only one going after each other's gold. Sure, you may have played a pirate on another player's merchant ship, but the third player may have pirates of their own to play, as long as they're a different colour to any existing pirates on that ship. Heck, when it comes back around to it, the player who first played the merchant ship in the first place may send out their own pirates to try and secure the booty, assuming that they have a third colour of pirate to use. Attacking your own ships may seem crazy, but it's a solid way to secure your gold and ensure it makes it back to its possibly rightful owner. At the start of a player's turn, if they have the most pirates on a ship, they'll score it. If not, it'll stay down and play continues. Remember, each turn you can either draw a card or play a card, and this is where things get interesting. That ship that's locked down in a stalemate, do you add another pirate to it to strengthen your fleet there? Or do you send out a new load of pirates against another merchant ship that's currently uncontested? Right now, the stalemate isn't likely to break and you're running low of cards, so maybe now's a good time to draw up? It's all about timing. If you've got the dreaded 8 gold merchant ship, you're gonna want to drop that bad boy carefully. Do you wait until your opponents are low on pirates, or for them to be distracted by other ships? Do you wait until you have an ace up your sleeve, so to speak, that might help you claim it yourself if it's contested? You see, there's 5 more cards we haven't talked about. The Pirate Captains and the Admiral. At the start of your turn, yeah, you check to see if there are any ships you'd win. If you have got the most pirates on a ship, or if you have an uncontested merchant ship in front of you, you'll win it and score it. But it's not always that simple. If someone plays a pirate captain, they've almost certainly won that merchant ship. You can only play a pirate captain on matching ships you own, so it can be a little bit tricky to set up, but there's nothing quite as satisfying as having a single pirate on a ship, watching your opponent drop a large 4 onto it, only for you to put the pirate captain down and trump them entirely. Until that is, it's their turn. Then they also put down a pirate captain, which trumps yours since it was the most recently played. Now, that's already heartbreakingly hilarious, but it could get worse. The player who launched that besieged and beleaguered merchant vessel has been strangely calm as you each played your attacks, and now a frankly unsettling grin is beginning to slide across her lips like a clipper through the waves. Then it happens. She takes a card from her hand, plays it on top of the merchant ship, and cackles. It's the Admiral. You see, pirates, as scary and powerful as they are, universally fear only one thing: the Royal Navy, and so the Admiral, playable on a merchant vessel only, trumps all of the current pirate captains. Now, it is entirely possible that another player may then play a third pirate captain, trumping even the Admiral, but at that point I'm pretty sure that someone's flipped the table into the sea. And Loot is just full of these moments, these flashes of competition, where someone suddenly gains the upper hand, only to be struck down dismally mere seconds later, of mistiming a merchant ship and just having it swarmed, and not being able to swarm back because you don't have the right colour of pirate in your hand. Everyone needs to have different coloured pirates, you see, when they're attacking, otherwise the pirates get confused as to who's on whose team, I guess. And that's it. It just all feels a little chaotic the first time you play, but it's super quick to set up, super quick to tear down and just to show people, so a dummy round is a really easy thing to do before you showcase how it all works, then shuffle it back together, deal it out again for realsies this time. And the game is so fast-paced, you ultimately only have one choice each turn. Do you draw a card or do you play a card? But even that then spirals into this whirlwind of different possibilities. I need to draw a card, but can I afford to not play anything this turn? If I play this turn, should I go for something new, or do I bolster a fleet that I've already got on the table? I also adore the art on this one. It's that really weird and overblown art style. It's hard to be angry that someone plundered your ship when the pirates look like this. As a game, Loot is quick and delightful. It's also remarkably vicious. I mean, it's a game about pirates trying to plunder merchant ships, so I kind of guess you get what you're expecting here. Now, normally our group's not big on this whole possibility of ganging up on someone. It's a mechanic we don't really enjoy all that much. But with Loot, it's part and parcel of the game. You have to play those merchant vessel cards out of your hand. If you finish the game with any of them in your hand, they are worth negative points. So you're going to have to put them down, and sometimes that's going to force you to make a bad decision that means you are going to be ganged up on. Sometimes you're putting that 7 or 8 merchant ship down when you've got nothing that you can use to bolster it. That mistiming happens, but equally it's going to spin right back around a few turns later when the 8 merchant card comes out and they can't defend it either. That's very much Loot in a nutshell. You're going to try your hardest to be as prepared and thinking on this as much as possible, but it's all going to come undone deliciously at the slightest notice. Sure, I've had nothing but merchant vessels to play for the past 3 turns. Sure, every single one of them has been swarmed by pirates, but now, now I've got the 8-coin merchant vessel and the Admiral to play. Now's my time, Oh look, they had pirate captains. Well, By this point in the video, as you know, we ask the question, does Loot join our crew, or do we make it walk the plank? Loot is a gem of a game. It's a tiny tin, easy to transport, shove it in a bag when you go on a road trip or a voyage to plunder your own merchant ships or whatever it is you guys do on a weekend, but ultimately it is full of vibrant gameplay that is going to have you cackling like an absolute, well, I guess a pirate. It's going to have you cackling like a pirate. It's a filler game. It's not going to take up your entire evening, but it's great for filling those little moments in a gaming session where people are putting something else away, or when people just want to take a quick breather or a swig of rum, I guess. Ultimately, it's also fantastic for the entire family. It's quick and easy to grasp. It's pretty family friendly in its imagery and all of that, despite it being about pirates and, you know, the whole murdering, plundering and pillaging thing, but it's great for everyone. If you're looking for something quick and crazy to play with friends and family, then Loot might just be the game for you. It's small, it's cheap, it's a remarkable game to take with you wherever you're going and play with whoever, whenever you like. If you enjoy the game, if you try it and enjoy it, if you've already played it, let us know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. And if you want to help support the channel a bit further, you can head across to our Patreon at patreon.com/Captain Benzie. Every single pledge, every dollar really helps and means the world to us. Thank you. Happy sailing, folks, and see you all next time. Right, I'm getting out of this thing. This is way too hot. How do you wear this?